As a famed dungeon master, Charlene D'Angelo once said, hoping to find some self-actualization through playing D&D. I've role-played kings, and I've done some things, and I've been all sorts of NPCs. I've been to Eberron, but I've never been to me. Hey, welcome to Homebrew, the show where we avoid the crushing dullness of everyday life using our two favorite forms of escapism. This week, 64 episodes. I think Keelan might appreciate this. I think I realize why I like these openings so much. I think it's the height of entertainment to take a song and to change the lyrics ever so slightly as a man from Greystones pretending to be more dubbed than he is. Some say it was perfected by a certain turkey. I say he just laid the groundwork for me. But I feel like it's a little unfair given how badly I can sing. So it might be. Ireland at D12, especially for the week that's in it, is very good. As famed dungeon master Dustin the Turkey once said, when playing a barbarian in a game, Ireland at D12, Ireland at D12. Love it. Yes. It didn't even make it past the semis, which are tonight. So I appreciate everyone watching live. Currently aren't watching the semi-finals for the Eurovision, so thank you very much. Yeah, now they're all fucking off. Like,
oh, I gotta go, guys.
The semis? Where we might see some of the losers who didn't even make it into the competition? Oh boy. There is talk that they're only getting my audio, which is... I like it.
It should be fixed now.
If it isn't, I'll continue on with my intros. It means that I get to take full credit for the Dustin joke because no one of our kids given me this gesture.
How dare you?
But if it's, let us know in the sidebar.
I checked there.
Speaking of the sidebar, thank you for watching along live. Do let us know what you were drinking. There are some new, they were kind of unwritten rules, beer magic rules for the show, but I think we should solidify them 64 episodes in. The way I think it should work is if you're in the sidebar watching live, whatever you're drinking, the players can each player can either pluck a drink out if you're just sort of randomly shouting it out, or you could give a drink to a player specifically if you would like. That also goes for anyone under the table. Anyone drinking under the table, leave a comment. Keelan, you have a beer from under the table from a while back. Great friend of the show, Anya Caulfield's left us a drink.
And a good one.
And there's one more other way in which the players can get some outside beer magic, and that's through our Discord. So if you're not part of our Discord and you want to get involved, we've kind of shat on it for the last 64 episodes. I tell you what, it's fucking hopping now. we gave it a little clean. We got rid of the dank, and it's back to the place it should have been all along. So that you will have 3 places to pull from. But to put some limitations, because I appreciate we some very supportive fans, there will be just like spell slots. You only have 2 slots for beer magic from outside sources. One from either under the table or the sidebar, so one from the VODs and one from the Discord.
That's fair.
And sure, look, if you're listening to the podcast and you're leaving a review and you leave beer in there, that will be a little bit like the YouTube one. So that's all good. They're the new beer rules. I'm looking forward to seeing the mayhem it brings from outside influence. We should have done it from episode 1. I don't know why we didn't. Because we're still, we're every week.
No one watching episode 1. Or indeed, up until 64, not many people have been watching.
Yeah.
But now, someone is watching.
And they matter to us.
So we have a Whitewater PB and a raspberry shake up for grabs. Of course, if you're in the sidebar, you can shout out players, character names, whatever. You can even just be like, the hairy one. Will, especially today. Of course, Lucy isn't here.
Why did the hairy one make me Lucy?
Yeah, I was gonna.
Of everyone in the
just
cast today, the hairiest men on on the show.
By absence, by
okay.
omission. Lucy isn't here today. You probably don't need to know why, but it's nothing serious. Just typical, life stuff. So that makes it sound even worse. Not giving details makes it sound worse. It does, but it's honestly fine. It's all good. She's all fine.
Just stop asking questions.
It sounds.
Stop asking questions.
The more that you say it as well, it more sounds like we've done something to. Like she's fine. Like,
that's it. But I don't want to be, in case Lucy's like, hey, don't be telling people my personal business. I don't want to tell people. We had
scheduling issues. That's it.
Yeah,
Paul can handle these from now on, I think.
We've no.
Then people might ask,
scheduling issues.
We've been doing this pretty regularly.
It's like, what, did the Tuesdays change?
Start having a schedule issues, I think.
Yeah. No, we had anyway, as I pour, I shouldn't talk when I pour. I notice that's when, like, things slip out in, not in a bad way, but I just kind of fluff.
Oh, Ben's about to be cancelled. He's got his alibi all set up.
I was pouring. I swear I didn't mean it.
Like Ron Burgundy with a prompter, except when pouring drink, I don't know what I'm saying. Speaking of the drink I'm pouring, I'll introduce you to the beer I'm drinking tonight. I've had a pre-show beer, you can probably tell, but I've moved on to the Raindrop mixed berry sour from Wicklow Wolf.
Very nice.
It's a nice little sour. I had a little fun bite.
It's nice to see Wicklow Wolf
going around
represented in Lucy's absence as well.
Yes, someone has to bring it along.
Is.
Rest in peace, Lucy. Be safe. Yeah. We miss you.
Don't worry about it. We understand.
This is the beginning of like a spin-off true crime podcast, which is just the nice, nice
Lindsay's after saying in chat, I mean, they 100% killed Gav. This is why live chat exists.
I told you we shouldn't have done it twice.
Not the same way.
Pattern.
That's how they get you. We shouldn't have come back to the scene of the crime. This show. My mistake was leaving my mic on when I went to the bathroom. They really got me now, Ben. They really got me now. Sometimes when we have too much fun before the show, we forget to play D&D. So let's dive straight in. Wes,
I have started off this evening with another one of beers that I think Keelan will enjoy, the Lucky Jack. I've got the wrong camera on this time. The grapefruit edition.
I've had that many a time.
It's quite tasty. I'm not normally a big fan of sours and all that kind of stuff.
It's a Lervig.
Yeah, Lervig indeed. We've had Lucky Jack and Lervigs in the show, I think.
It's a bit more beer. It's like a little bit less.
I think that's why I'm enjoying
it.
Yeah,
like it. Yeah. It's delicious. It's kind of less on the sour side.
And then in the interest of juicy beer magic, I got these. The cans did not grab me, but they have Visions and Burst. Well, that's the names.
Is that Mikkeller?
Yes, it is. It is Mikkeller. Yeah. Another well-established homebrew noun.
Bad news. I forgot. They've been like properly in the real world cancelled. They're bad employee things. I think.
Oh no!
I gave them like €6.
Yeah. So if you are, yeah. So if you want to, if you like me, you spend your money where you spend your votes. Can't enjoy Mikkeller anymore.
It's the very opposite of charity.
Well then, I hope you don't cancel.
Can you separate the art from the artist? Who knows?
I hope there's nothing wrong with these.
In case we're directly getting money.
I really, really enjoy them. Sierra Nevada are still good, right? They're good.
Yeah. It seems to be fun.
And Sex IPA.
The Grabber, that's no good. No, one I discovered. I was talking about in the Discord. The Kona Big Wave beer, which we had all over Ireland for a while, and then disappeared, and now I found it again. I absolutely love this stuff. And then I want to. It's not my beer, but I'm going to call it out in chat because I saw that Isaac has got the Axeman beer that he was talking about in the Discord.
Oh,
and I reckon I'm probably going to call him in on that at some stage because I'm going to try and summon the axe again, and I feel like that'll help. But we'll find out.
Actually, I've just thought about something that could happen. The terrible thing is that with time to plan, I obviously don't, but with time to drink, I often backfire beer magic in fun and interesting ways.
You wonder why we never use it.
And yes, I think. You should use it more. I should give more. We should have a roll-off, like a narrative roll-off. We played myself, everyone here.
Yeah.
Was everyone here? Yes, everyone here. All
That's when we
played 10
killed Lucy.
candles.
Sorry, Lucy wasn't doing it.
Oh, sorry, yeah. We had to do a sacrifice to honor the TPT RPG gods, and yeah, the only person who wasn't playing 10 candles with us was Lucy, because she was somewhere else completely separate to where we were, in a different part of the world. She was nowhere near us that night.
And we're each other's alibis. It's perfect.
Men together, strong. No.
What's happening? What's happening?
Ourselves.
Great. We've been trying for 64 episodes. Nice. Circling the Sun is also another person there for another beer from Lindsay. Thank you very much, Lindsay.
That sounds like a Huck style. Only because fireball.
Yeah, it's like the Meteors of Madness, Crown of Stars style. That's a really cool one. What am I doing? We're into some beers.
We've gotten a
let's go quickly, I think, just to get into the show, just to get started. So if you've loads of beers, just show us your best one. Paul, I was about to say Paul and Keelan. That wouldn't work. Two people would talk at once. Let's start with Paul.
Yeah, I got lamb, that €20 like rum thing. It's still actually very good, but I've also decided that it's probably the best thing to kind of burn in kind of the show. And then of course I got Fireball just in case
nice.
We need it, you know.
Nice.
I also do have Yellow Belly and the Fina Fort of the Fina. And then a couple of beers in the fridge as well, just in case. I do not plan to drink all the Fireball, all the lamb, and then all my beers, but if cases have to be done, then...
I mean, if I have to cast a fireball spell, I might insist that you probably have to drink the whole bottle.
No, I have to do a shot. Fuck off.
I think
I'll just cast
Paul,
fireball.
you were a sober tech for I think at least 2 of our Paddy's Day episodes, so you do have catching up to do.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He should get a free use of chugging his drink in order to reroll.
I've got double inspiration as well for the DM because I did the thing last session. So I've got
You solved one of my
thing.
And finally, Keelan.
I am drinking. Well, I'm currently drinking a Radler. We're back into Radler season, and then you can't see it all. This is a mug that Ben gave me that has the Homebrew logo and Huck on it, but I am sitting meters away from my camera, and the zoom is. Yeah, you're not going to see anything. Yeah, it looks like that, except for it says Huck under it.
Speaking of Iggy, I've given this to Lucy numerous times in my house, and she always leaves
can't take it now, can she?
Yeah, that's
can't take it where she is.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's of no use to her at the moment.
I mean, when we joke about this in private, it's a gag, it's silly. When we do it when we're recording and live streaming, it's evidence.
Yeah, it's also virgin and bullying.
Hopefully, 64 episodes in, people know they've developed at least a sense of our sensibilities and know that on this comedy stream, we're joking. So Radler and then something else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have a bunch of beers there, but I've had them for a while. I've decided it's time to drink the Mash Tun Time Machine. Ooh. So you can't really see it. I really hope I'm gonna be using a time machine in some way, shape, or form. I bought this can expressly so I could do that, and I've kept it, and it's 8%, so it's also not always something I want to drink going into homebrew. But that's where I'm at. I'm going to drink the time machine, so I just have to figure out a reason to use it.
I'm going to drink the time machine is a weird sentence.
Yeah. Well, that's how it works. That's how time machines actually work.
That's why no one's ever succeeded before. They were just trying to sit in them and press buttons like chumps.
Yeah. Everyone knows you got to drink time.
Yeah, that's why those Iranian scientists were so annoyed at Doc Brown. He drank all their.
And that's how we got Rick and Morty.
Uranium, or as it's also known, Guinness.
No, that's a porter. No,
I think that's. Guinness is a stout. Porters are.
I know. As soon as I said it, I was like, "No, that was the trick. That's where I got caught."
You got me with that one last time. Right, couple of things before we start. I'll obviously do a couple of mid-show announcements as well, so don't worry, you'll get all them. But before we start the show, we're of course using Syrinscape. We're back using music in the show. We are proud to have some pretty epic. I came across 2 full fantasy albums on Syrinscape. So not only a great place to go when you're playing D&D, but like if you're working and just want like a class album, it's called Project Fullblade, and it's on Syrinscape. So some of the music from Project Fullblade you'll hear in tonight's show, because epic games need epic music. You should find all the attributions. Attributions? I'm saying that right, man. Attributes.
Attributations. I think attributations.
Yeah. You should find all that in the yada yada below. I think that's us for now. If everyone's, I know we're all feeling good. I can sense it. Like I know there's a fun energy tonight. But without further ado, grab yourself a drink, pull up a chair as we dive into a world where anything is possible, but not always probable. Welcome back to the realm of Hibernia. Players, if you're feeling a slight panic that it's your recap, I forgot to ask anyone. I
felt the opposite of panic. I felt secure that I definitely hadn't been asked, so it had to be someone else.
Yeah, I forgot to ask, and I forgot.
So we've got Lucy dialed in to
but
rant about it, air out all her grievances about the last episode.
I can give a very quick roundup. The party were transported to a pocket of the astral plane by the gods Manon McLear and the Morrigan, where they enjoyed. Everyone enjoyed. We all had a great time solving puzzles. We all had a wonderful time with my puzzles. With my. Everyone had a wonderful time, especially the listeners and viewers, who I'm sure I'll give you a little behind the curtain. We do a thing after every show where it's like something that worked, something that didn't work, and unanimously, including myself, the puzzles wasn't great, so we don't need to recap that anymore.
But Ben, you actively went against all the advice you'd looked up on the internet. How did it go wrong? You did the opposite of what people advised you to do.
I did literally the last thing they tell you to do, and made myself. I'm a real DM now, Wes. I get to now post on "Did I make a mistake?"
No, it's the players who are wrong.
A real website, but we are back in the sort of central chamber in this pocket of the astral realm. Let me set the mood a little bit, where you find yourselves with that brazier sitting in front of you with a tiny little flame. Rander, you've gotten to know the flame, you fed it some alcohol. Behind you is this sort of glass obsidian wall. It's a little bit trippy and a little bit weird. Something's going on there. And you've got these stone walls either side leading towards a singular door. However, that door, as you came back finishing the second trial, has disappeared. You are now in this room alone. You seem to have somewhat ascended into an aspect of godliness, but before you could fully take hold, Manolin and the Morrigan appeared and said, "There's one more trial for you to accomplish. And accomplishing this, if you can live your ideals," didn't say it.
It was strongly implied.
Episode, but hey, let's editorialize. Manolin goes, "Yeah, well, you see, at their core, gods are nothing but ideals. So if you find yours, you should really, you will pass this trial. That's I'm obviously nature, and the Morrigan, obviously destiny and fate and death, and we've gods of life and chaos and law. Arlington, you've met Ogma, the god of law, and who else do we have? We have gods of war. Gods for pretty much anything you can think of. There's 10 higher deities, but anything you can think of, there's a god. So, well, I suppose find your ideals, something that you've sort of embodied.
I shall be a god of nature, as I.
You might even know us, to be honest.
Natural. That's taken.
Well, I'm actually
you can be the god
there,
of
Arlington, so
long arms
yes, yeah.
and hair.
I'll have a think about it.
Well, actually, Lou is sort of the god of
that's
long
taken
arms. Lou of the long arm.
I feel like he's going to
So that
have
one's
nipped
taken, actually.
a lot of
Sorry.
my ones being,
Yes, yeah.
of that persuasion. There is that, yes.
You
He
can
is
do the god of
bugbear,
posh
yeah.
voices.
Yeah.
I can't do a posh voice.
Yeah,
Well-
you pick it up on the on.
I just have my country accent, which I picked up from my father, my papa.
I'm wondering if Arlington is like the demigod of multiple personalities.
Oh, there you
Of
go.
a party. There you go.
Hospitality.
I've realized when you were
Hospitality.
monologuing that if Huck's anything, he's the kid with the power of heart in Captain Planet's crew. It's so disappointing. I've made the kid with with everyone else has a cool element. It's I got heart or love or whatever they say. I hope it's heart. Is it French? It could. I think it is
Friendship,
heart.
right? Yeah. It is heart. I
Yeah,
think
it is his heart.
Earth, fire, wind, water.
No,
Heart.
that's
and
not.
it doesn't even fit the beat of the song. Like
I'm the heart kid in
Yeah.
Captain Planet.
The gods disappear, leaving you alone in this room with this little flame
Hiya.
who's sitting there being like, and sparks and little bits of fires and kind of pops of rock. You know, like fires pop rocks.
That is,
you know
that's
what
a
I'm
great
talking
firework.
about?
I've seen some firework in my time.
These little flames take into the air, and you start to see some symbols form around the
Yes.
brazier.
You said brazier the first time, but
Nailed it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Oh, today this
but you
stream
got it
as
right
well.
this time. So it
God
looks like it's
damn it!
It's at the stage
Unless
where I
the
actually
fire-
don't know how you pronounce it.
It's because no one says brazier.
Clearly,
It's
as well.
brazier or brazier.
Brazier. Like
Yeah.
like an
Brazier.
like the band Erasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
A brazier. Yeah, you're not going around. If the fire's wearing a brazier, then we're having a different type of puzzle.
And also, I really question why Randy got it drunk so quickly.
That tracks actually.
The symbols you see that are kind of forming in the sky are you see a little campfire, you see a castle, and you see sort of weapons and arms and sort of magical items. They're kind of very basic sketches of them. Iggy is turned off by how bad these drawings are and immediately storms to the corner of the room and says, "Don't ask me anything. Simply won't help."
I refuse to be involved in this amateur hour.
Yeah. I'll be doing an art attack over in this corner.
You call this art?
I wonder if anyone will get that reference. I really hope so.
Art attack?
I
It's huge. The new reference would be.
Oh yeah.
I'll be doing a make away takeaway in this corner.
That's for the kids.
That's the. Yeah. That's for the.
Yeah. Our children
Our
viewers will be
cool
encouraged to
kids
drink
who watch
if
the
they
show.
watch our show, I guess.
Yeah. My wife told me that she's a school teacher and some of her students were trying to find us and she refuses to tell us about the show, and I was like, but viewers, and they're like, but they're students and it's inappropriate for people of their age. I'm like, it's inappropriate
Why
for
is she
people of
talking
everyone's
to her?
age.
Why
So,
did you
like,
bring it up in the
what
first
are you
place?
doing?
That was a bad plan. That's on her.
I don't know how they found out, but yeah. So the room, the hour, the game, everything, pretty much from this point forward till the end of the campaign. I'm reactionary puzzles. Some of them are puzzles all the way down. I'm a reactionary DM. I promise you. Like I have blank pages. So tell me what you want, and I will make it happen.
So we have 3 images. We have a castle.
A fireplace.
We have weapons and campfire, and then weapons and stuff. That's it. It's just those 3 images. Right.
Make a perception check.
That map later.
I got a 21.
21. You can see as you're looking at these symbols, you glance down and the little flame is singing very quietly.
I listen.
Do you speak in Infernal by any chance?
That's why
I'm
you
assuming
should've
that's what
killed
flames speak.
He's the only one among us who could. because of the because of the
Oh, because of the
beads of
geese.
the goose.
Because
Yeah,
of the
he would have
beads of
been
the-
able to speak
beads of the goose.
Infernal.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
If anyone speaks Infernal, you can. I know Randy's the only one to hear it.
Can I
like
polymorph into a
sharing
goose?
checks.
You don't. Yeah, you don't.
I don't think you get the languages, but I do like the thinking.
Yeah. I was hoping to.
Could have fooled me as a DM.
Let's see.
If you're using D&D Beyond, and this goes for anyone watching uses D&D Beyond, I believe it's in features and traits.
It's in proficiency in languages that you'll know which ones. Is that the... but I'm trying to actually go through my spells and see if there's something that we can wait for a couple.
I'm an absolute moron. Okay, I would like to start casting a ritual. I want to sit down in front of the flames. Like,
Hold on, my friends. I think I recognize the words he's saying.
I just want to start with my bugbear claws, carving out some like sigils and signs in a circle around me. I want to start casting as a ritual. Where is it? Oh my god, it's gone. As a ritual, I want to cast Speak with Animals, which I get as my as a totem barbarian. There we go. I was like, what am I? Which, if I'm speaking with animals, I can speak with a goose, which speaks Infernal. Does that qualify?
This works.
Where are we getting a
I'll turn
goose?
it-
And I think as I was doing it, the reason
I
it connected to me
like-
is because I
yeah.
was getting a vision of our interactions with geese before. With my visions, I invoke juicy beer magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
If
I'll
anyone's
take it.
wondering
I'll take
from the
that.
first
I'll
episode,
take
you might
that.
want to explain why geese speak Infernal, or at least that
Everyone can
this
pretty
is-
much assume why geese speak
Yeah.
Infernal.
This was garnered from the deck of many things as part of the beads of the goose. Yeah. Which Gav,
Beads of the goose.
rest his soul,
Yeah.
had.
God. Yeah, he did. He knew. It's like we didn't know how long Gav would be away and how long life would take him away from the stream. But if we did,
Yeah,
we
he's got a
would've,
lot of stuff.
like looted everything from him.
Well,
Like, that's, like,
Gav may be gone, but
yeah.
the real
All your
story-
money, I think. Yeah. And that is very true. I will accept your roundabout way that you speak in the same way. The way I'll why am I rationalizing something in a fantasy game? But I was, the way like if you speak Spanish, you might pick up a little Portuguese. Like it's not the same language, but some words might sound sort of
I
similar.
know
Cerveza,
Portuguese, but not
yeah,
Brazilian
beers.
Portuguese.
You know Goose Infernal.
Yeah, okay, it's a different dialect.
It's a heavier accent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Requires a beak.
And as you all watch Arlington cast the spell, how does we've only ever seen you cast a spell
No,
once, not on stream. I don't think. I think.
I think
I mean, if you
Runescraft
can
was,
do
like,
this, I'm just going to start hitting
pre-stream.
people with. I'll just punch them.
so it takes me 10 minutes because I have to cast it as a ritual, and I'm gonna start pulling some daisies out of my pouch and fashioning like a daisy chain. But it's kind of like when someone's like moving the prayer beads and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm not really fully paying attention and muttering to myself like, "Oh, I really hope this works. Oh, I haven't done it in a very long time." And slowly, over the 10 minutes, it starts to become like, "I wonder if I can." Well, I really haven't tried. And then eventually, I just sound like an infernal goose.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just say.
Yeah, but I
sound
wanted
like
to
this.
see if I could
It's
pull it off
implied,
and
right?
not immediately sound like Donald Duck, who's a completely different animal.
Say suffering succotash.
No.
It's just sound like Daffy.
They were.
Sound like all the ducks.
Ducks are still big.
Ducks were
Try to
big
take
in the
ducks down a
90s.
peg.
Remember that? Big. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose so. Again, there was a reboot of DuckTales. So you're right. I'm just having a quick look at
no,
Iggy's
ducks.
character sheet in case there's anything here. Do you
No.
get access to that too as
No,
players? and
not
party
Iggy's.
members?
Not as Iggy, I don't think.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Huck.
Yes.
I've never seen Arlington
Oh yeah.
cast anything.
Yeah. No, this is a surprise to me as well. That's what I was saying. If he's going to be doing this, I should just go around punching people and tripping over my own feet.
But what by He's talking in tongues.
Yeah, I imagine it's normal.
Because he hasn't explained at all. He just went, give me a minute,
Yeah,
and then sat down and then
he
started
does
doing
this,
a
and then
bunch
he
of
comes out with
crazy
a
crap.
whole other voice and different skills. I mean, it happens. It keeps doubling down. There might now be 8 of them. That's my guess.
What?
But you gotta
Okay.
let Arlington be Arlington. He does this, and I hope he's trying to get his axe back.
That would be good.
I try to help, but I don't. I think I could do all the magic better, but I didn't know what he's trying to do.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
think Huck, if you're watching this, like you being a magic person can tell this is like it's not quite a cantrip, but it's baby magic. It's first level stuff.
That's why I was saying I'll punch people.
Yeah.
It's first level barbarian stuff.
Okay, so that takes me 10 minutes anyway, so I don't know if anyone's doing anything while that's happening.
I just feel,
Okay, well.
feel insulted by not also being included in the magic people. But
I've seen you cast
I'll
magic.
just go cast my spells over here, Arlington.
It comes out of your stick.
I'm already taking on the persona of the goose, and I'm being a bit more of a dick, so that's why lashing out. Yeah, like I've somehow
daggers in his
taken
mouth.
Keggy. You didn't realize, but I was just stolen.
The real problem is if Arlington lays an egg during this process.
Roll a constitution check for me or anything?
I'm
I
gonna
know you're
roll
not
this
a
anyway.
goose,
Yeah,
but
'cause I've got high
let's
constitution.
see what the dice
and
say.
This is how bugbears reproduce anyway. So
Turning into
that's a
But I don't think
16, just in case.
I always picture them like birdos. Yeah, you're good. You're not due for another couple of weeks. So as this ritual takes hold, and you're paying attention to this little flame, it's very quiet. Like really
I'm
super
going
quick.
to give him a drink, like I've done before, just to see
Ooh,
if
nice.
it will get suddenly louder. Because I remember that he sparks up quite loud, like large.
Yeah.
So yeah, I pour a small cap of Dying Light ale and give it to him again, or give it to it. I shouldn't assume anything.
Yeah. And you see that they're sitting there, kind of legs crossed, and as they take this up, they go, "Only that air I've spent."
Do I
And the
recognize the
drink
song?
kind
At all?
of fades away. As a player or as a character or both, if you recognize it as a player, you recognize it as a character. But you can also make a history, performance, or straight up
I'm gonna make a
intelligence
history check.
All of you can.
Those are
as the song gets
all
louder.
very bad for me. So I'm gonna go for history. It's the one that's not in minus digits. So 4.
Okay. Well, performance is decent, but I actually have. I'm trying to remember. I think those. This isn't me making a performance, so the fire thingy being in underwear wouldn't give me advantage to my performance or whatever else it is.
That's good. Yeah, you're
Exactly,
only trying to.
yeah,
using
yeah. I'm just saying,
performance
so
as a
I'm not. It's not me doing
and
the
humanities
performance.
Game
role.
recognized good.
Yeah.
Can I use one of my
Heard of that.
Can I use
Yeah.
one of my inspirations to give Dead advantage on this, or is that it? Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you can
I
use
got
it
a
on
17.
anything.
That's a lot better than the 8 I got.
Hey, why you bad mouthing 8?
Just gonna roll for Iggy on the side anyway.
Well, actually, I got a 4, but then I added 4 to it. So,
I got a 3, but then added 5 to it.
well, someone's fancy with their performance.
Yeah, I could perform.
Why does it sound like you're both about to kiss?
Such a shame that.
Oh, I can perform.
Maybe we are.
God, such a shame this season here because I rolled
You,
for her.
you forget how incredibly powerful Iggy is as a character at the things she's good at.
Well, it's a magic song, and
Yeah.
we've got a bard missing.
13.
You know.
But she doesn't sing. We all know that Iggy's completely tone deaf. She's just
Yeah.
real
But
good
it's,
at
it's a
puzzle
drawing.
drawing.
episode.
It's a drawing-based song.
No, okay.
It's got its own, you know.
So what were your scores?
4.
17.
8, 4, 17. Paul, yeah, Render. You recognize it. Or at least you know what before the flame goes out, the next line would have been, of all the money that e'er I spent it in good company. And at that moment in time, you realize that in each of your pockets, you feel a little jingle jangle of change. There's a pouch of gold.
It's mine. Get away from it.
I take the gold out and I look at my two compatriots and I say, "Honk!"
I see that this is going to be a problem since we can no longer communicate with our fellow adventurer.
I presume you could. You're translating.
No, it's just
but
pure.
like the choice of honk
Arlington
where
can
honk
still
is
speak
needed.
common. It's just by pure surprise he honked. Yeah, no, I was translating the lyrics with not understanding what they meant really. How much gold is in the pouch? I'm going to start looking through it.
Yeah, about when I say gold, I mean there's about like 10 copper, 5 silver, 1 gold, like a jingle jangle,
Is the use of the
regular amount of gold, and regular normal adventuring
Minimum
amount
wage. We
in,
both
like,
we both just earned an hour
it's
of
a
minimum
symbolic
wage
badge of
in
money.
fantasy world.
Is the use of the term jingle jangle to throw us off the trail of the song? Yeah. Okay.
Because
that's a different song.
Yeah, slip of the tongue. Yeah. That is the song. The flame has yet to turn into an owl.
I think I recognize the song. More so by the fact that I recognize the version that Ben is singing and the impersonation that he did. But it doesn't help. Yeah.
I do a very good
That's
flame.
a Clancy Brothers song he's singing, if ever I heard one. Not that the song itself is Clancy Brothers, just the rendition that Ben is singing is the Clancy Brothers. Should I say what the song is? It doesn't really help. I think it's the Parting Glass. That's the Parting Glass. That's an old halfling song. An old old Hibernian song. But I don't know. I didn't ken how that could be helpful.
The parting glass.
No, it's for saying goodbye to loved ones and stuff. We've been given money and it's singing us a song, and the last try, maybe it's just trying to get rid of us in a nice way, parting glass.
I've never heard this song before in my life. It's not.
Maybe we can hear more renditions, and there might be because I can't.
Well,
Can you remember more of the lines?
Do we need to?
I just know the
Is
song.
it missing any words or lyrics? Is there something we can? Do we need to add to it? Do we need to join in? Try joining in, or tell me the words. I'll do it.
Hey, Randy, you've been giving us stuff to help the fire. Do you reckon an old cantrip, like a firebolt? Do you reckon that's dangerous or helpful?
Probably dangerous. I would say fuel. Anything that gives it fuel.
A firebolt is fuel.
Firebolt is not fuel. That is just attacking a flame.
Fight fire with fire. That's what they say.
We're not trying to fight it, though. Is the thing.
They do say that.
Yes. Okay.
If you have like pyrokinetics or something like that.
No. Yeah, prestidigitation can make like candle flame, but it's not going to be that helpful.
Yeah. Arlington, as you channel this infernal dialect of Goose, you realize that the flame hasn't moved on. It's just repeating the same thing. Of all the money that ever I spent.
Does anyone know the next line? He's stuck in a loop. I think we need to either finish it or join in. Does anyone?
He says spend it in good company, so it's possible that we give him some of the money.
I'll throw my pouch.
I think aren't we just the good company? We should be having a chat, having a drink. In fact, we should be having a drink. We should be raising a glass. That's the whole point, isn't it? Parting glass.
The flame, as Arlington, as you approach, points to the symbols above it. Of all the money that I ever spent, I spent it in good company.
Like a campfire?
It could be that. It could be that. So company campfire. So I think we point to the campfire. or something. As in, like we
We could
talk
press
around
the
a
campfire.
yeah, like we talk around in good company around a campfire. So this could be like,
The campfire song. Aye.
a symbolizing of that.
I'll press
What
my
was the-
hand against the campfire image.
Nice, and with coins in hand, they
Oh,
disappear.
great,
into
you
flames,
burned all
and
the pictures.
images.
Iggy's going to be furious.
You wrecked the song. He's gone now.
Eggy's gonna be happy about the images gone. She hates those images.
And-
They're terrible.
That's true.
The moments appear, three
Oh,
more
thank
images
goodness.
float up from the flames, and you see a reflection of Rua. You see Lan Falon, and you see yourself. Whoever you are, that's what you're seeing. So
So we
everyone's
see
getting
Rua,
a
Lanfalan, and
different
ourselves. Is that it?
third one.
That's a handsome one.
Yes, yeah. And the flame continues singing.
Okay, I'm gonna give it another cap of.
Based
of
on that, it
dynamite.
sounds like the same song.
And as you give him a little cup, he goes, "And all the harm that here I've done, alas it was." And he goes quiet again.
So
What are we doing in this image? Are we like just loose images of people, or are we interacting with each other?
It's
three
sorry,
separate.
it's not all of
Each
you.
Right,
one
okay,
is
sorry,
each
sorry.
Arlington,
Yeah.
you see Arlington.
like a mirror image.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And in your hand, Huck, Randy, I suppose Iggy as well, where you're holding a pouch of coins, that's turned into a dagger. And Arlington, you were now holding
Does
a
anyone
dagger
know
as
what the
well.
next line in that song is? Because I want to
And
presume
flames.
that we put the dagger in the archway that's trying to do, the big bad, but it could be a trick question. Could be maybe let he who is without dagger stab oneself.
Well, the lyrics are about having done something yourself, so my guess was it was ourselves, But I'm waiting for the song to loop back around again.
But we didn't start the fire. It was always burning.
But we've helped it. We've kindled it. It's our friend.
That is a campaign where I'm not shackled by the mythology of Ireland and traditional Irish folk.
Homebrew
That's the
Season
campaign that
2,
I know
inspired
I'm
by
definitely
the Billy
in
Joels we
campaign two.
listened to at the table.
Homebrew Genesis.
Nothing but Peter
play that.
Gabriel and Phil Collins. And yeah, the fire leaves around it. And all the harm that e'er I've done,
I mean,
alas
yes, I
it
guess
was
the photo
true.
I mean, well, I don't understand. It's just a photo of me. Why would you all have to stab a photo of me?
I'm actually. There's no photo of you. It's surprising that you think it looks like you, because we look very different. Sure, there's the rabbit
Well, look,
ears.
it's
That should have been an egg
it's a
giveaway.
big, powerful humanoid creature. It's clearly me.
Mine's the head and shoulders of me.
Mine
Smiling.
mine is of me. So okay, so it is us. So
Well, I pressed the last
the
one.
line is yeah. Okay.
Did you?
Look, you've all told me to be less
Oh,
impulsive, so why
you
don't
mean-
you do it?
You mean you pressed the previous? I thought you meant you'd already
well-
pressed the last one,
you-
which is the third one.
Well, I've
along.
already pressed it.
I've pressed the last one, so
Could it be because you pressed it that it's showing Lamb's hug? Lamb's the hug? No, he's not a bad guy.
yeah.
It's showing.
Lamb
It's
Flan,
showing.
That I did.
Lamb
I just
Okay.
assumed I'd misheard you. I was
yeah.
like, oh, I thought it was Lanfalan.
No, I think I think that's a coincidence. Well, I can press it. We can find out.
No. I think it's Lamb's Flan. You are right. I was the one who
I
heard
thought
it
we were
wrong,
all seeing
so,
different people. You see,
Um.
you'd have to be, because no one else.
Oh, that would have been clever.
Yeah, I guess it's
Very difficult to
It says
explain.
all the hurt that I have done. Like, and it sounds like I have done to myself or something.
Well,
Can we hear the song one more time, Fire?
Yeah, you give them all things. I know the harm that e'er I've done, alas it was
Yeah,
to
so it's-
none but me.
So
It's ourselves.
I'll press
And
myself.
the fire is getting quite drunk.
I'll press myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you stab in, they disappear. And he continues on, and he's getting kind of he's breathing. He sings, "Alone for want of it, the memory now I can recall. So fill to me the parting glass."
And is
Other
there
pictures?
images? He's just
No, he's
singing
saying,
them.
he's oh, as you look at him, he just goes,
Oh, you forgot the old picture show.
Okay, we will stop probably feeding him alcohol for a bit, maybe.
and he throws up 3 images. One of a plate of food, one of a nice pint glass, and one of
I was gonna say.
my hesitation shows you it's not the right answer. So
If it was a
you
smaller
do it.
whiskey glass, I have a problem. I'd be like, oh no, what glass?
Oh shit!
There's 3 glasses.
What is
yeah.
the parting glass?
Do we have anything in our hands?
Hold on, no. Don't let him off the hook, Ben. What's the third picture?
No, nothing this time. The third picture is a bed.
Sounds good.
A nice
Brandon starts
cozy
reaching for the
ladder.
No, my friend, no.
I slap his hand away.
It's being impulsive is
This
not
is
as
the
easy as
parting-
it seems. You have to think things through and make it seem like you haven't thought it through.
It's the parting glass. There's only one glass.
Yes, it's the plate. It's
I for some reason I don't trust the bed.
Prince Huck is
idea
up.
at all.
Prince Huck is
Just a
absolutely.
divine.
Our Puka friend is absolutely right.
Came
It's
up
the
far too
plate and
late.
glass. We have to press the plate of food.
Whatever gets you there. I guess. I'll press the parting.
Yeah, I was gonna say Huck hasn't done one.
Yeah, nice.
Clink.
And this time, it instead of disappearing, it just sort of spins down to the little fire's hands, and he's now holding a little pint glass, and it looks like, instead of a nicely domed fresh pint, this one's sort of it's been sitting there the last dregs. And he goes, "So fill to me the parting glass, good night and joy be with you all." He takes a sip and he goes out. And you're plummeted into
I
darkness.
I knew we shouldn't have trusted that fire.
I give my my glowy shield a bang and want to see if it lights up the room at all.
Yes, it does. But it feels like you're not in that room anymore. Like the stone walls have disappeared, the brazier is gone. It's just this inky black space. As you shine around, the only thing that's still there is that sort of obsidian wall behind you. But everything else just nothing but darkness.
My pint-sized friends, please stand close to me and try and stay under the shield if you can, because I'm not really sure where we are or what's
Hey, is there
happening.
any ground? Is there floor?
That's a good question.
Standing on something.
You're starting on something.
hey,
or
hey,
are you-
Arlington.
are you just
You know when
thinking
I
of something?
bamped you away? Did it feel like this?
Did it feel like this? I feel like no.
I've always wondered. I've never bamped
It
myself.
sort of felt like floating in nothing and also a very viscous liquid at the same time.
Oh, okay, so there's no
Felt a
liquid.
bit different to this, I have to say, but it was as confusing.
I'm glad that there's not going to be a giant dragon. That's all I was worried about.
I shaded the darkness.
Guinness, face me!
And it just sort of not even echoes out. It's almost like the moment you think there should be an echo, just as if it's like absorbed by some delightful soundproof eggshells.
We're in an egg.
Eggshells.
It's
Eggshells.
lovely, you actually sound like the audio quality of space you're in. Mwah.
It's yeah.
You might as well
We're-
live the
we're
fantasy
going
you
the-
want.
going for the
This one
sensory
is
deprivation
pure
tank
audio go.
vibe.
Yes, yeah.
I'm running out of. I'm not entirely sure what to do. I'm sort of on defensive mode here, sort of ready for what comes next. But not an ideas man. Anyone ever been in this situation?
Randy's. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
Huck.
you go ahead. I haven't been. That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, I haven't been in this as well, but I'm gonna walk. Randy's gonna walk up to the wall, and he's gonna kind of push against it.
You put your hands against the wall. It feels cold, but there's no give. Almost feels like glass. And you see, the same. Like, it's not like the wall stretches forever on a horizontal plane. Almost as if when you walk along the wall, you feel like you're going. Like, if you did try to go somewhere, you just wouldn't be. Every time you turn around, you're like still in the room. Like an
I didn't know you were such an
unsatisfying
accomplished
video game.
mime. Can I see the wall? Is it just a glass wall? Oh, you can see the wall. It doesn't.
Yeah,
it's
you
not
see the
invisible.
wall. It's kind of it's a sort of a black obsidian wall. It's always been there.
Since we got in to the room about 5 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just mean
Always-
in
it's always
time
been
and
there, that
space.
wall.
It's literally always existed.
Before,
Yeah. There hasn't been a
Well, that's good
moment
to
of your
know.
life
That's
that
good to
wall hasn't been there.
I mean, there's always wild magic, but I didn't know that. I can't promise anything. I could banish us, or someone. I could banish you. Ye.
The God said that we have to follow our own what's in us.
Oh yeah, there's our ideals, but I'm already with all my friends. And I was trying to make a friend with the old fire lad, but he's
Wouldn't
gone.
your ideals will be to
Oh, sorry.
friendship?
Heart.
Like in all adversity and everything, you always try to make a friend. So it would be essentially that you would.
Hello, wall. How would you like to be my friend?
Ask it if it wants to play some jacks, my little prince.
I mean, can you play jacks? I've already forgotten that I can't talk to walls, and I'm trying to talk to a wall. Does it say anything? Sweet.
Roll persuasion. Persuasion.
Oh,
Can I help Huck by give him advantage, because I want to remind him of the best way to make friends is to give them a big wave.
this is great. It's great. Okay, advantage.
I'm trying. Start with your shoulder. Don't wave with your wrist. Go with your whole shoulder. There you go.
Does someone have a lighter? I got 25 overall. On my persuasion.
25. Wow. You see yourself in the reflection of the
me.
wall waving back.
Actually, that's the bestest friend you could have.
Is there anyone else in the reflection, or is it
Anyone
just
else?
Huck? Ooh.
Make
Me
a
again.
perception check. Either or. Anyone who's looking at the wall can make an
is a
investigation or perception,
investigation.
whichever way you want to do it.
13 for perception for me.
20, did you say? Dirty?
19 for investigation.
13.
Uh,
Nice.
Sure, I'll try.
I got a 13 for
Yeah,
perception
why not?
when you said investigation.
2.
2. Well, it's just me and you and me. 2. 2 Hucks.
This,
Nothing but 2 Hucks.
this
Trevor
Rick
and
and Morty
everything.
references in one
Infinity
episode.
Mirror, all
We're
the
hitting
way
my
down.
stride, baby.
That's probably 1 too. I
shit,
don't know
yeah, you're
where
right,
I got
that
my
is, that's
baby,
3, damn it.
impulse from. Probably the drink. Arlington, you look at this wall and with your perception check, you see what Rander would have saw the first time he was sort of inspecting. You see these sort of like scratch marks on the other side. In the same way that when something's sort of double glazed, you know it's not on your side. On the other side, there's these little scratch and scrape marks. And in the distance, you see these sort of weird, giant, abstract faces. They're like, there's like an eye, and sort of a nose, and maybe there's a little, like there's just these odd little, when you're, the way it's people, when you look at clouds, or I'm sure there's like there is a scientific term for where you see faces and everything.
Cristo.
It feels like that. You're just sort of making faces in stuff. yeah, exactly like that. Randir, you were looking at this before. There's one less face.
Is it Randir's reflection?
Last time you
Is-
could have sworn
oh.
there was.
He's looking really
Is-
close. Yeah.
No, all your reflections
is
are there.
Iggy
These are
with
kind of
us,
these
or
are
did
bigger,
she
abstract.
bounce with us?
Yeah, she's here.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
I just
she's,
want to make sure she was
drawing.
she was quietly AFK, but you know she is here.
Just practicing
So we could-
spells. Yes, yeah, she is. And anything that Iggy, let's just say for the purpose of tonight, we don't really have like a what do you call it? Is it mulliganing? Is that what you
Mulligan's
call
like
when
a
you play
freebie.
someone else's character? We don't
Yeah.
really have like mulligan rules. Yeah, it's something else.
MacGuffin?
Maybe it's like a McGorry or something. There's a term for where you sort of no, that's the plot thing. This whole
Red
episode,
herring.
the
Find
whole
her
show's
for MacGuffins.
MacGuffins.
No, I just thought that maybe if she wasn't
but
here. Right.
But if anyone wants to use Iggy's stuff, feel free to. Anything except for like high level.
Use her
spell
high
slots
level
or
spell
whatever.
slots to cast more banishes.
Can I?
know what it is.
Can I see Huck's reflection? As in, like, I can see it.
It's waving at you.
Yeah, you can see all your reflections. It's quite a reflective, shiny surface, but it's the faces are beyond. They're sort of looking oddly in the distance. There's clearly like world you're in, and then there's this wall.
So there's a face missing now.
Oh yeah. Do you remember what it was
Mm.
like?
Like Picasso's nightmare.
The great warlord
So I don't
Picasso
know.
who
A
ruled the
perfectly
Bay of
normal
Land for
face.
400 years.
The very same.
Used to take faces and stick them up around his fort in weird places.
Maybe it is. Like, yes, yeah. Like I turn the face it, and like I guess, like I don't. This is the go-to problem. I don't know what like Randir's thing because he can't be like. And is there a god of like brewing?
Okay.
The god
Um,
of like a
So
tavern.
Make a religion.
Oh, this is not going to go that well.
See,
lads.
I've an idea of what Arlington, what trait Arlington
As
would
you-
embody, but I'm struggling to figure out how to have it help us when I see the moment.
Oh, yeah, 15.
15. You start thinking about your ideals. And you
Yeah, 'cause-
put a 15. Compared to the other, your connection with the Morrigan is very unique. Your connection to this world is even more unique, singular, as we've used before. For the first time, there's like this inkling of like, what if it's not ideals in like a godly sense? What if it's ideals in like a everything sense? And Rhonda, you exist across all
Pretty
of
fat.
space.
Go on, you fat.
There is something, and when it's formless, you give it structure around it. As an artificer, like you take something formless and you give it structure. If anything was going to be your ideal, you'd be the concept of space.
Wow. Guess that's kind of cool. Like, I guess Randy's kind of blown away from that idea suddenly popping into his, or that realization. Because I was just like,
It's definitely something deeper. It's something that like even beyond your very personality, beyond your actions, you embody. Your entire existence, and then the existence of all Randirs is a thread through all of space.
And
has
that
anyone seen It Part 2? Where like Bill Hader suddenly gets hit by that weird light and just goes blank completely.
I mean, I read the book when I was a kid,
No.
and I don't remember what Bill Hader did.
If
He is in the book.
Bill
yes.
Hader in the
Hader in the
movie,
book.
but yeah, he
It's
just
really
he
good.
essentially just goes just completely blank and just kind of just stops moving completely. That's pretty much what
Boo-boo.
Rander has with that concept going through his mind.
Can you imagine and say that line that's going through space? It's a bar top for this for the
That's a good
space
one.
space
that's
bar.
nice.
All right.
Sometimes people tell jokes that they enjoy so much you can't help.
Is that what you're going
find
for
it
with the opening
infectious.
musical numbers?
This is one of those stuff.
You're hoping it'll...
Yes, I am. Yeah. That's just for me. We've discussed that in the show before. That's to calm my performance nerves. If I do something that I hate, then I can do this for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I guess.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess Randy would just completely just be taken back from that thought.
I'm actually going to give Iggy a little religion check. Why not?
I am the god of space and time. Sorry, shooting lightnings out of my hand.
I reckon. I don't know. I'm not in your head, but I reckon it was just space.
Nah.
The god of time, a whole other.
I'm sure it's in time.
But
I could be time.
Who's going to be Sage?
I have.
oh,
Well, we've got parsley and rosemary there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's getting more and more difficult to stomach.
Given his ability to speak to animals.
Well, it's just a bunch of herbs at the moment, so it wouldn't be great to stomach.
God.
Um,
I'm gonna
More
mute
herbs.
all of you.
Herbs.
Oh, that's how you get rid of Wes. All right.
No, we get rid of all of you, and then it'll just be the podcast and the show will become just me groaning in response to jokes that can't be heard.
I guess.
Yeah, a reaction video without the original content. It's perfect. It's full Ouroboros of YouTube. Exactly.
You have to
You
guess
can just
based
cut,
on the
you can just cut
reaction
in
of what they're
whatever you
watching.
want, and they have to react to it, obviously. You know.
I guess. No, I guess.
Sorry,
I guess with
Randy,
that
you're about to-
concept
you're
in
about to
his,
say
with that thought in his head, he's going to look into the dark glass again, realizing that in some way he brings some kind of structure to the place he's at.
Nice. Yeah. You look in, and at a moment in time, you feel like a slight vibration under your feet. And if you notice that the black darkness you're standing in, there are now like slight cracks in the ground where this like tiny little like, I wouldn't even say it glows. Can you imagine gold without like light shining off it? It's that sort of like, usually when you picture something gold, it like has a little bit of radiance. This is just like the gold, purely the color, almost like sap leaking out of a tree. And these little cracks of molten gold around the ground begin to shatter. It doesn't like, the world seems to be kind of collapsing. The space you're in seems to be collapsing because it seems like you shouldn't be here right now. You finished the third trial. Like, that was obvious. You did it. And now you're like fucking waiting for a loading screen for some server in the EU to find other players.
Everybody, stop doing what you're
What are we
doing.
doing
You're
here?
breaking the world. Like the glass is breaking underneath us. We may die.
I freeze mid-wave.
So what do we do instead of what we were doing?
I just wanted you to be aware that this world might shatter if we continue on with what we're doing.
Oh,
You mean I can't wave? I can't wave at my new friend.
I think your damage is already done.
Well, then I'll keep waving.
Or, I guess we'll
mean-
continue. Well, we want to break out of here, so I guess this is actually the best way.
You reckon we should be breaking out of here? Because I could be packing a bigger
did
punch.
you say we should hack the wall? I can start hacking the wall if you think that would help.
Yeah.
I know
It's great.
what way you're using it, but I can't help the way I'm hearing it, which is amazing.
I didn't know you had hacked
You
the
just
wall.
like smash it with a weapon.
Cross clasps.
I'm in.
I believe this.
Brute force
I knew
hack.
about this place actually. I think I can hack into the back door. There it is. Bam.
Man, their security's terrible. Those two guys we just killed.
My little friends, I'm
Wall.
trying to rein in my erratic behavior. I'm starting to try and work on me as a people. But I feel like this situation might be resolved just a little bit by brute force. What do you say to me taking a crack at this wall? Do we think that's a no-no? Because the back of my head right now is screaming, I've never kicked a door in, which I have to agree with. I've never done that. Haven't really lived around many doors. But I figured I should bring this to the group first.
I mean, I reckon.
haven't.
Go ahead.
I haven't seen you not solve a problem by hitting it, so
I have also
it seems like it's on brand.
regularly made them more difficult than they need to be, which is why I'm bringing this to you.
He didn't solve that problem when he dropped his axe into the sea.
I solved the problem of not having to climb down on a rope. I did get down very, very quickly. There was a price paid.
Solve the problem. Yes, I
That's
do remember
true.
you solving a problem that you.
Apologies, I forgot.
That's exactly, yeah, solved a problem that I caused.
Of my own design.
No, the ramifications of my actions.
Let's see.
We are in the tale of consequences, so it's which is why I'm so silent these last 3 hours.
I mean-
this is just for the players to literally sandbox.
Go ahead,
Been
my
sandboxed.
Do you reckon? I was going to say, do you reckon, you have a connection with the Morgan and you have a connection with, your man?
Honestly, my connection with Manon and McClare tells me that I can't figure out if this is a natural occurrence or not. It doesn't feel super duper natural to me, but I grew up in a cave, so I don't really think my sense of that is super well balanced. But my thing...
Can I nature check, I guess? I mean, it's just going to be against nature, though. I was trying to like nature and arcana to combine to see if this is...
Roll both, and let's have the numbers.
Is it better if I rolled a 4 and my arcana is +4 and my nature is +4? So it's a triple 4. I'm trying to argue that an incredibly bad roll.
It's a
Roll a second-
coincidence.
roll
It's
a
still
second
very
time.
bad.
Trip 4, come on, triple digits.
Yeah.
Got to be a crit.
Roll a second time. I'm
I was
gonna
also
take
going
the
to say
average
that
of your rolls.
you
That's
also
what
have
we do.
inspiration.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that might have been a good time to use
Everyone
it.
does.
Cool. Does that give me a
Still
third
can.
roll, or does that give me
Gives you advantage as well.
re-advantage? Do I double down again? Both. I'm happy to get rid of the 4 and the 6.
Great.
Uh,
Okay, yeah. We'll take the 6 as the higher of the
Who
2
says
and
math
the
isn't
lower of
fun?
the roll.
a 9 and a 4.
So you got a 9 and a 6,
Yeah,
though,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You took a 6? Yeah, so 9 and 6 plus 4, so that's 13 and 10.
So
So the average is like, what, like 11 and a half,
yeah,
isn't it?
probably 12, I think actually.
And what were you
It's
trying
like
to find
24.
out?
It's just if this seems like a place that I would know rather than an accident. Is this like a plane in and of itself? Is there any information, or is this just like a complete anomaly?
Yes, yeah. Being a wanted criminal for such knowledge, I will give you a little bit more than the rolls dictate. Because there's natural like player stuff too, right? Like you DMs, you don't have to listen to the dice all the time. You're still in the astral plane.
Okay.
You're basically still in the exact same like physical location you were standing in before everything went black and the room disappeared. All that's happened is the room has disappeared. You completed the 3 trials. You haven't like embodied your ideals, so to speak, but you feel like that's a pretty powerful thing to do, and this is like maybe the initial steps onto learning a little bit more about yourselves. But God said, like, complete this trial, we'll be back for you, and we'll tell you the rest. And they ain't here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And you reckon you can't talk to them? You can't give it a ping. Can't be like, hey, Mari Morgan,
Yeah, I guess.
and Manning in man. You're your man.
I guess I pray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you pray?
I'll
You just
whisper Manon and McClear into the wind, or absolute dead and absence of wind. I'll waft with my shield and then whisper his name into that.
He you hear something kind of a little disconcerting, which is usually it'd appear to you, and you hear is, "Get your bloody heads off me!"
Oh,
bloody heads off.
no, I don't. It sounded like struggling. Wait, did you hear that? Did you hear that? That's concerning.
No, I'm giving you what Ben said from
I
my
heard,
perspective.
get your hands off.
No, all of you would have. He's appealing, like all of you did hear. What sounded like
All right,
your
new plan.
bloody
My
heads
god's
off
in
for
trouble.
putting
I'm
hands
breaking down
on.
this door.
I'm gonna take a few steps back, and I'm gonna sprint at the black wall and try like. If there's a dial on the shield, I want to turn up the brightness as much as I can and just try and like shield bash my way.
To 11.
Yeah, I want to try and shield bash my way through this thing. And I'm
Circling the sun. I suggest using circling the
Nice.
sun to dial up your brightness.
Yeah, that
okay.
is true.
Okay, yeah. Tell you what, I'll
Nice.
rage
Yes.
just before impact, and that like when you like when there's an attack in a video game, you should wait till you see the flash to get like perfect. I think it's like you rage just before impact, you get a bit more oomph out of it. So that's what I'm gonna try and do.
Yes, I'll give you advantage on an athletics check.
Okay, that's. I don't.
You
No,
might
I get
have
advantage
that
on
from
the
the rage anyway, I
strength
don't know,
check.
but if you did, then let me know.
That was a 16 plus 6, so that is math is hard. 22.
I'm gonna give you a flash.
Oh, sorry,
of
excuse me,
genius.
athletics. I read the
Well,
wrong
no,
one.
you-
Sorry,
22.
excuse me. That is actually 27. I have a plus 11 to that.
I was gonna say.
Couldn't
yeah.
hurt.
You
There's
can
a
give
big
a
wall.
flash of genius if you want.
What is that?
Yes, it's just a straight.
Is it a strength
Then
plus four?
31. Possibly my highest roll in the entire campaign.
Yeah, such a shame Iggy got that in her performance earlier today. Otherwise, it'd be first 31 on the stream.
I just as I rage just before impact, I scream out
I am
man
looking
McClear's
forward to
name
more.
and like invoke his authority if I can. I'm coming, man.
Yes. Everyone else, as Arlington takes a step back, he moves a little slower in this space. He's not the smartest, and intelligence is how you get your speed, unfortunately. But this extra rage, this extra fuel, not to make it sound like a metaphor, but what it feels like, if epics were to write this down, they would describe it like a wave crushing into a wall. It's like almost as moving forwards becomes fluid. He starts to kind of roll his muscles in a nice way. He leaps, and like just at the crest of that wave, you feel him rage, and just like bam, he's even foaming at the mouth a little to get that nice little like top foam.
A pint
to it.
of
Like,
Guinness.
He is becoming the force of the sea. And smack, and with a 31, the black obsidian wall cracks. It does not shatter. It's quite relatively like strong, but they're huge crack, bigger than all the slashes and slices on the other side combined. And with that crack, the ground rumbles beneath you, and those little cracks beneath you widen, and this molten gold begins to spill up as we see this sort of glorious trellis from above of this shattered world. But the wall is still up, and you feel the whole sort of plane shake in anger. Almost, if it could speak, being like, don't go in there. No one goes in there. The reality is annoying.
Well, we've got our own space. Now.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Randy, you travel amongst the planes. You know how to shift back to another plane.
Well, I could banish it. Pretty straightforward.
if
I
you-
can banish
if you
both of
ban
you.
it-
I don't know if I can banish
If you
myself.
banish someone back to the plane they're from, they stay there, right?
That's how it works. If you're not from this plane.
Do you got enough to banish? But I'm exhausted.
Did we lose Ben?
Oh no, I think we did.
Yeah, Ben is.
He is
still-
frozen and unenthused.
Yeah. All right, this is a good plan. Let's come up with a plan.
Oh, guys, I just remembered that we just got through onto where
yeah,
we need to go.
we solved it.
Yay.
I'll roll, and that was an 11, but we'll call it a 20.
Okay.
And the door opened,
Nice.
and Rua.
Rue was there.
Rua was standing
With
Rue's
her
standing
head
there,
in a guillotine, waiting for us
Yeah.
to press the kill switch.
Yeah. We can end it right now.
I'm thinking we don't want to break down this fucking thing.
Really? You think
I think it's a bad plan.
You think all of reality?
I think that's probably not great. I think the banishing idea is a good one.
I can definitely get both of you. I don't know that I can banish myself at the same time. It's a weird thing. I can cast a spell. should be able to extend it to 3, I believe, including myself. But it's a weird thing to banish oneself.
Do you know what the best? Sorry,
Um,
just thinking about Ben being frozen there. I specifically set up all the new character art so that if something goes wrong with someone's camera, I can default back to the art. I only remember to do it to Ben there, so he's had like 5 minutes of unflattering freeze, and now he's this really good homebrew art, which looks great. But I was like, I feel like I should have saved him from that for a while.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think because if anyone has Planial Shift or something,
Ooh,
along
I
those
has
do.
lines,
mentioned
I have
we
plenty
could,
of shift
but,
actually.
You're playing your
No,
shift.
I don't.
because if you
No, I don't. I
Yeah,
do
it's
not have
gonna-
plenty of shift. I just about have speak with animals.
Yeah. I think. Oh look,
Because
I'll
if
look
We've
into
Ben's
extending
back.
my
Or
badge.
the Xbox is
Back.
back running. We can keep playing the game again.
We got out, Ben.
Oh, nice.
and,
Good guy. I was
Rua,
yeah, we won. Yeah.
Rua gave up.
I was literally
She said-
messaging if you've made a plan. If I didn't come back, I was like, make a plan, and someone just call a break.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you don't need to go over what you. Was there anything important? Do I need to know anything important?
No, we're just trying to figure out.
I rolled an
Should we
11,
break it or
but I called it a
should
20.
we?
I wasn't rolling anything. I was just rolling.
And as everyone knows,
Oh, has
that's
he
how.
paused
Oh, we
again?
lost him.
We lost him. He's praying. He's praying to the D&D
Yeah,
gods.
yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll figure out.
Yeah.
We'll call a break.
Yeah.
And if we don't have Ben, we'll just go ahead. It'll just be us rolling, deciding stuff and rolling it, and being like, yeah, it worked. We can get a lot done here.
Yeah. Okay. That's gonna go super well, and there'll be no problems at all.
Oh.
And I still have a time machine.
You do have a time machine. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna call it there for a break. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Hopefully, we'll have Ben back, but we'll find out, and hopefully, we all survive as well. That'll be a nice little addition to it. So we will see you all in 15 minutes.
I'm blaming Arlington for
Yeah.
breaking.
welcome back to part 2. Usually the rockier, tipsier. When we promised Tipsy Tabletop, what we're talking about is part 2 of the show. The little promo code is gone at the moment because there's something incredibly exciting in the works, which we can't wait to tell you about. So, yeah, obviously we still want you to go to decodirish.com, check out their incredible
Yeah, their
handcrafted
stuff
dice
hasn't
trays.
gotten bad because something exciting is happening, to clarify.
No. Yeah. But we will be coming back with some pretty cool, exciting changes to our partnership, which both ourselves and Dakota are
Sorry.
like, oh god.
Sorry,
the
just
things we
Ben,
have
as
in
you're
the
saying
works,
that, Paul,
it's gonna
could you
be
do that
amazing.
one more time, and then Ben, if you could continue explaining how good they are?
Yes, yeah. So Paul is holding up one of the wonderful spell book dice trays. That's all made of wood, and it opens like a book. Wood shouldn't do that. It's
There's
magic.
too many dice in it, though. That's the only problem.
It's all going to tumble out.
Nice.
But yes, so do head over to godirish.com. You might even notice, I don't know if you live in Ireland, if you're heading to a couple of retail stores lately, you might see that Dakota Irish merch
Are they selling in retail
stores.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, you can get the mystery dice
Cool.
bags. I've seen a couple of other things out there as well, but I know I don't know if it's forbidden that you can go there. I just know we don't have the technology to rocket ourselves there yet. But there's a planet in our solar system which they forbode us from entering. But if you can make your way to that forbidden planet,
If anyone can
I don't
crack
know why-
that
I
code.
never know legally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I code stuff because I'm never sure. Like I'm not a corporate. I'm not a corporate to my desk kind of guy.
I could just root it by just going, what's that old sci-fi film about that planet that no one could go to?
Flash Gordon.
Uh,
But yeah, you can pick them up in Forbidden Planet.
Oh, you spoiled it.
Wait, it was forbidden?
How did this man
cancelled.
fail at puzzles? He's too excited to give you the answer.
I don't know, a bunch of other places around Ireland as well. So keep your eye out for that sweet Dakota Irish logo. Don't know if I should tell you this. They're getting a little logo brush up as well. So there's going to be some cool new brand stuff coming. I'm sure they'll be happy to know that keep your eye out for their stuff and their recognizable brand. Might change slightly, so learn to recognize the new one. That's simply as that. Anything else? Paul, come Thursday, you do a show that I love. So why don't you tell everyone who is watching what else you love about it?
Wait, sorry, what was that segue?
It just,
I'm developing
Okay, yes,
social
of course.
relationships with people. Let's.
Do you love everyone that's watching, or is Paul only telling the people that you love who are also watching?
Only the
Right,
people I
okay,
love. who are
that's
watching.
fair. That makes much more sense. Sorry, Paul, continue.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
okay. So certain people need to stop listening.
And
You know
you know
Ben
who you are.
Yeah.
So Arlington, Huck, so you can tune out.
It's fine.
What she goes.
Already
I'm
have.
also not going to listen to myself. So, I do a show called Hear Us Out. It is a TV and movie entertainment commentary show on YouTube on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Irish time. This week we are talking about the Sam Raimi Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness, or Mum as it is currently being dubbed. So Doctor Strange and Mum, or Doctor Strange 2 and Mum.
I have strong feelings about it, but I'll save them for Discord.
Or Mom. So we're doing, it's a spoiler review as well. Both me and Patrick have also seen it, so be careful. We'll also be warning before we start going into any kind of spoiler territories. We did do a show last week on it, on our predictions, if you want to watch that. So.
See, the thing is, I haven't seen it yet, but I probably also have. It's a very difficult movie to watch if you believe in the multiverse. Somewhere out there, I've seen it.
That is true. Multiple Bens have probably seen it.
And have multiple opinions
Yeah,
about
that's true.
I'd say most of the Bens have seen it.
So
It's sad that the Paul that's in this universe liked that movie. So
I think literally every
in other
permutation of
movies-
me despised it. I know that for a fact.
This is
I'm
it.
looking forward
it's
to seeing
it's
it.
worth experiencing.
I didn't know it was Sam
but
Raimi.
So is any kind of trauma.
That's not true. Anyway, speaking of experiencing trauma, let's dive into part 2 of this show. Why don't we bring ourselves back? I might need a player to give me a little bit of a recap, because if you're watching live or on the podcast, we're not cutting it out either. You're going to experience everything we experience here. I dropped off the call about 2 minutes before the end of part 1. So what's going on?
I can't. We didn't really do anything.
the only thing,
Wes,
the only thing we've really discussed is that we probably shouldn't break this universe.
Yeah, we decided
We're-
we're
so-
unanimous on not breaking the universe. We decided that we were going to stop trying to break down.
I don't know that we're unanimous.
Well, you were. Huck was at
Certainly-
least.
It's certainly a
Huck
majority.
was at
thinks.
least feigning agreement for the sake of social fluidity. But we agreed that for now to stop trying to break down the incredibly ominous wall of blackness that contained reality. But we hadn't progressed much further beyond what we were actually going to do.
Yeah. My question is, can I banish myself?
I think so.
'Cause I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
know.
I can.
Why
I
not?
can target 3 people. I can use a high enough spell to be able to target 3 people, or
Well, there's only 3 people I see
Exactly.
here. What could
so
possibly
to banish
go wrong?
all of us, provided none of us are native to different planes to one another. I mean, yeah. Worst case scenario, we wind up back here in a minute.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
positive
it's
I'm
not
not
like-
native to another plane, but I haven't tested it yet.
It's also the fact that we've decided that we're just going to leave Iggy here.
Oh yeah.
shit, yeah, force
yeah,
that.
yeah. Don't banish. Yeah. Okay. There's an Iggy to banish. I'm pretty sure I can push it. Let's see. If I can cast it for 3, I can push it to an extra. No. I have to figure out how my sorcery. Go ahead. I'm gonna figure out my sorcery.
Can I give
So
you
what-
I give you a sorcery burst for extra juice?
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
That works for me. That works for
Okay.
me. Yeah.
That's my third
Brad?
juicy beer magic of the game, and by far the most I've used in the campaign so far.
Let's just say it's a leveled up version of my Metamagic Twin spell, which allows me to turn a 1-person spell into a 2-person spell. I'm now turning a 1-person spell, casting it in a higher slot for 3 people, and then using the Metamagic to cast it for a 4th.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'll use.
As you consider this, that crack that you made in that wall, Arlington, begins to crack a little bit more. And you see a little, vein of broken glass.
Are the faces on the other side reacting at all?
Yeah, they look
Do
scared.
they look scared at the crack or at amongst each other?
They look a little scared amongst each other. They look a little bit amused.
It'd be really funny if we got tricked by Rua to break the universe.
Can I?
They look a little bit considerate, I suppose.
I'm loath to say can I make an X check, but I want to convey what aspect of my brain I'm trying to use. I want to try and divine or I basically want to see if I recognize any of them from my experience with the godly pantheon. I don't want to see do I know that person, or is it more that is a godly face? Trying to see if anyone behind there is a god or a mortal.
Sure. Give me a. I mean, I'll accept a beer name straight off, no roll, if you have one. But I will also.
I mean, visions.
take-
Have I used visions
I'm
yet?
conscious.
I did.
Yes,
I
you
did
did.
use
use
visions.
visions.
You've been very good on using the beer names.
I'll give you one of mine. I don't know how this will come into play. I picked it up. There's a beer by Wicklow Wolf called "Is This Pop Art?" Which I don't know how I'd ever use it in number, but as you're looking at it, it's hang on,
Is this
I
Papa?
think
Pop
it
art?
is. Yeah.
am I looking at pop art? And so therefore, I'll give you advantage on a roll on the assumption that Arlington is trying to determine if
Is that a god or is it
what's
pop
behind
art?
the screen is.
Yeah. There you
Is
go.
this pop art?
Yeah. Okay, that
Okay.
works.
You roll badly,
I'll
you think
take
it's
that.
Papa.
So what am I rolling?
Give me the dice roll first, because I'm aware most of your skills in this area are
Super dog shit
minuses
bad,
anyway.
awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am
So let's see what the dice say
literally
first.
only good at athletics and acrobatics and a bit of stealth, which hasn't come up much. That's all I'm strong at, but I'm very strong at it. It's a 6. With advantage,
With
I roll both
advantage?
at the same time like a big boy. 3 and a 6.
You look and you don't recognize people. A 6 is a fail. You don't recognize these people. But you do see multiple reflections of yourself. There's Arlington standing in front of you. And beside Arlington, there is a high elf. There's also a sort of gruffer, frothing at the mouth bugbear. And then there's also like other royalty, almost like an infinity mirror stretching back in time behind Aramon, son of Malspania. And although you do not recognize these faces behind this sort of glass observing area, you do recognize that what you represent is time. Within you is all the High Kings of Hibernia. So, if Randir was the ideal of there is something, but it is formless and it needs structure, therefore space, you are the ideal of time to grow, evolve, and develop. So when you give something structure and you give it time, something is made.
Sorry, Huck.
Yeah.
You kind of looked out there.
Heart.
Space, time, and heart.
So you've got space and time, and then there's two other ideals that make up absolutely everything.
Okay.
One of them is Huck, and one of them is
Spirit.
I can cast Banish, but I can have a.
My friends, I
can
think we can get out of here by more predetermined means. Randir, you said your space. I have a feeling that I might be a representative of time of some sort. So there must be two more. Ignatius, she's not paying attention anyway. Huck, what sort of thing do you think could tie to space and time? We need two more. We've almost solved this puzzle. And this time it is a puzzle.
I don't know. Sure, I'll have a. You're looking at your reflections. I could wave at myself again. See if I can
interact with it. See what
me?
you can see.
Space, time, Huck.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
that tracks.
Wait a minute.
I'll see.
I
if
mean,
I am Huck.
no one knows what soul does. It was never clarified.
Capital,
so-
all capitals.
I'm getting
yeah.
a vision from a prophet called Tynos. He might be either mind or reality.
Reality. Are space and time two of
Yes.
the stones?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right. Yeah. I steal from everyone.
Is it space, time, reality?
I don't think they invented the concept of space and or time.
No. It's not.
So,
No.
I don't think you stole from them. That's
No,
okay.
you didn't know.
Yeah. Huck, why don't you give me a little?
I'm trying to figure out what the.
Check. Actually, do you know what? I don't want to do this, but I have to. It's literally my role at the table. You can either look into your reflection and try to figure this out, and therefore risk this glass shattering. You know it will take you the exact same amount of time to banish everyone, so to figure this out.
Okay.
It's one or the other.
Counter offer.
I thought you were really going to cast counter spell.
Counter spell on the wall. It fixes itself. Do you think if I can look into the wall, but also use an item that I got 60 episodes ago that I've never used before?
I'm enjoying the
Which is
club,
a wand
man.
of goop. Yeah, I have a wand of goop, a wand of
Oh,
web,
shit.
for conventional players.
Yes.
In hopes that a web would hold the larger part of the crack together. Extra turn, so if I mess up the looking into my own eyes, I don't mess anything up. I'm willing to use some sorcery points to cast it as a cantrip, even though I'm just using a wand. If you make a bonus action or
You have
something,
a wand.
just like
Yeah. Whatever they say in court.
Yeah.
Sustained. Yeah, I'll accept that. Yeah, that's a yeah. Anytime I present something, you also have all your inventory, all your character knowledge, all of D&D to
Cool.
say
So I'm
something
going to try
else
to wand of web it to keep it together.
Yeah.
With a wand of goop. Sorry, it's called the
Yeah.
wand of goop. Um,
Yeah.
I only get so many uses of it anyway, so that's grand. I think 7 in general. So that'll be 1 charge. I've never spent a charge. There you go. So I
Yeah.
do that.
This big web holds it together, and you can see at this point in time the glass is trying to pull itself apart. You can actually feel this sort of vacuumous wind pulling you towards whatever is behind here, but the web is holding. I'm just going to roll quickly to see the strength of the web. It is stretching out like a delicious cheese toastie.
Cool. I'm gonna
Simultaneously disgusting and appetizing.
look at. I'm gonna look at myself and be like, "Hiya, Huck."
What? Yeah, make an insight.
Okay.
That's what I should be doing.
Yeah.
this whole
So
time.
I'm the only one
Now
who
that
doesn't
I
have
think
any.
about it.
Ooh, sorry.
use
Before we
wisdom.
get into this, Isaac in chat has pointed he wants to use his beer Sustained Illusion to keep it all together. I think that's a great call.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah, if you're willing to use you've used 1 beer chat tonight. You get 2 more.
2 more off if we use. Okay, yeah. I think that's a good
One-
call.
Provided one of them is still.
One
active.
more.
I think
use
if
Sustained.
basically if this fucks up, this thing's gonna shatter. I think that's a good use of a chat beer magic.
I'm drinking
Love
the
it,
time machine.
love it, love it,
already,
love it.
So,
I do wonder.
insight. So
Yeah,
everyone else
go
gets to do it without wisdom, but I have to do it with wisdom. Sound.
Yeah.
No.
Is that good? Is that
17.
good for you? Yeah. No?
Straight 17.
Nice.
Could be worse.
There has not been a place in this world that you have not destroyed
Chaos.
in your wake.
It's chaos.
As you realize that you are the ideal of
Oh.
destruction. Everything must be destroyed.
That's
at
Yeah,
some
that
much.
point
makes
in
That's
time.
somehow much worse than chaos.
Yeah.
Destruction.
But you also think about it and you go, okay, you've seen Arlington sort of grow into this ideal of time, sort of accept that there's these high kings that live within them. You've seen Randir sort of come to face, maybe not fully accept it yet, but be understanding that Randirs exist through all of space. You saw Iggy do something recently enough in the Shadow Plane. She sort of began to understand parts of herself. You have destruction on one side, and there is a counterbalance to that. So between space and time and destruction and whatever Iggy is, the 4 of you sort of make up.
Does
what
Iggy
destiny
shout
is made
out?
of.
Does she realize what it is, or should we as players try and take a guess, or does it matter? Is that a secret
I have a
she
guess.
gets to reveal?
I have a guess if you'd like, but
So do I have a guess, but I don't know if it's something. I don't know if it's something
I
that,
think
that Lucy should have a guess at when we next.
yeah,
stream.
I agree. That's it.
I feel bad not giving Lucy this sort of moment, which
That's
all
what
of you
I'm
have gotten
thinking,
this
yeah.
episode. So, yeah.
So we don't know.
I
She just
think,
she
but we also sort of did it during
does.
the fight,
Does,
right? So
does maybe
Lucy
Iggy
kinda
go
got
up to
that
the
too.
big black gate, and the big black gate leans in, and we see its mouth move, but we don't know what it actually says, and then they go their separate ways, and then Bill Murray just kind of looks back for a second, and then but we don't know what he says, and it's all just lost in translation.
I genuinely thought you were going for a Ghostbusters
No,
Afterlife.
I haven't seen it
reference,
yet.
Which, there's a.
Do they make a lost in
very
translation
sweet and
reference
very
in
Uncanny Valley.
Ghostbusters Afterlife? Because that's amazing.
No. I mean, the end of it is Uncanny Valley, but also very sweet, and I don't know how I feel about it. Because it is very sweet, but
No,
it's
I was
very
going for
Uncanny
lost in
Valley.
translation.
Yes, so there is Iggy as the 4 of you all balance each other. With the 4 of you, all of reality can exist and not exist, and all of eventualities can exist and not exist. Like, there's no reason the 4 of you should hang out, except for destiny.
We're all friends.
And you're friends, of course.
I'm really glad we ditched
and you
that
can all
other
afford
halfling.
apartments
I was gonna say, man, that Rian guy really
Can you
didn't.
imagine traveling
look out on
with
it.
your adventuring party and finding out that 3 of them are all like deities of a specific aspect of reality, and you're just some guy? It's like, oh, okay, there was clearly a mix-up, but
I thought about it.
Rian is France.
he represents
was,
France. No, he's from Belfast. Clearly, he's been putting on a French accent. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rian and Gavin as a player was the first time I even thought about this.
Fuck off! You've had this in your back pocket since
thought-
Gav was on the show. Amazing.
Yeah. I don't mind revealing it. We don't have a talks after show. We should, but we don't. But part of it, me, was like, every D&D adventure, every D&D campaign has this sort of like this weird way of leading everyone to this destiny moment, being like, oh, that's why. And I thought, how, and I know Gav would be fine with it because he understands how hilarious it would be. It's like, how funny it would be if one party member was just like everyday normal, and like, and because Gav had like the richest backstory, give him the like least rich like actualization, because he'd probably enjoy it as a player too. He'd be like, oh yeah, thanks, like I appreciate that. Which also means that like the closer we got to his backstory, the more I was just like, oh, let's just DQ away from that, like, and let's just move you over here a little bit, which is an annoying thing to do as a DM. But I've talked to Gav about it in the time he has been on the show, and he's like, hey, yeah, I get it. So not that is canon, because if Gav ever comes back and Rena ever goes, like, maybe I'll give him a proper idea. But I did like the idea of like, and then there's just existence, like everyday life, just normality. Because why give something this big lofty ideal when like everyday magical moments are just as special? And that's what Reen would have.
Give me the mean.
Yeah.
Mean Reen.
Mean Reen.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
I've met this guy.
Without missing a beat, Mean Reen. There you go.
But yeah, just because like everyday, the crushing dullness of everyday life is actually quite a magical thing.
I'm glad I'm not hard.
That's yeah. Isaac called out that is Reen hard.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, so
yes, yeah. Which is
so
kind of
with that
accurate.
realization,
Right,
what
so-
actually happens? Does the black wall stop cracking? Do we leave? Do we get? Is the next leap the leap home?
I feel compelled to destroy the wall.
Yeah. Sorry, Sam. One more adventure. The wall continues to crack. You do feel a sense of, in fact, as all of you, that radiant energy that shone through you mere moments ago, you do feel that imbue into you as you go, that's it. Everyone except for Huck. Huck, you haven't had although you know you are destruction, there's been no,
Uh-oh.
like, self-actualization. That's ahead of you somewhere. Everyone else seems to be kind of rising and glowing as this wall continues to shatter outwards.
Taller, and now you can fly.
And you realize, if anyone was going to get you out of here, that's what the gods were here for.
Oh, we broke.
The wall continues to crack. Hook, you do have a moment to banish should you wish, but like no one's getting you out of here.
Okay. So I feel like banishing isn't. I mean, if I'm destruction, I feel like pushing this place into collapsing. I'll be honest, lads. I could banish everyone, but that feels like counter to what the lesson that I've just learned about Huck.
As Huck's clearly trying to figure out what's going on, Arlington puts both hands out and goes, "Stop time!" And I'm presuming nothing happened.
I'm happy to use the time machine in conjunction with that.
Oh shit! The
I'm
time
already
machine.
drinking it.
Yes.
Give me. Okay.
You can have
Yeah.
time power.
So what is?
That's so. Like, time machine is so powerful. Like, during the break.
I can't believe you were talking about the time
talking
machine
about, like,
for all of the first half. I didn't cop that I was the representative of time.
Yeah.
You were the time machine. Are you sure you want to use time machine on this?
Yeah.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah,
You could do
I know I
anything
could do.
with that.
I know I could do a lot with time.
I will
machine,
be
but I couldn't
shocked
do
if this does anything. This was a throwaway comment. I think we should probably save the time machine beer.
Not if I give it the time. Well, yeah, time machine. I could teleport us
I mean,
back to the second
if it
we
could
said
buy
that.
us, I don't think
we'd get two versions of the same
I don't
time.
think buying you more time is going to help with whatever's going on. You're going to do what you're going to do.
Yeah, that's true. I won't. Fine, I won't use my time machine. Not yet.
Okay, yeah, hold on to time, because like time machine could be campaign too.
We found it. I'm the god of time. Let's
am-
use time machine for something later on.
I reached a time in which I had to. I
am
had to.
powerless to beer magic.
Right.
I was gonna say you could use time machine to go back to the point in which Arlington was going to run into the wall
It's a
wall.
fair point.
With the realization.
Or let's go back
I have
to
an
the
idea.
to the pint of plane riddle and save ourselves a whole episode of time. knock this out an hour early. I know the answer.
Yeah, we'll come back in 2 weeks and just like nail
man,
this sequence
yeah.
of events.
Well,
And we'll
it'd be
tell
good as
people, don't watch 63, 64, just watch
Yeah,
65.
listen,
We
it's
this
gonna be
is-
delete
great.
the old ones. We delete the old ones and we redo it
Listen,
with future knowledge.
we're not on that Dungeons and Daddies Patreon. We're not there yet. But one day we will have that kind of mind fuckery.
Yes, a very enviable and amazing move for anyone who enjoys.
If you don't know what we're talking about, then that's
What a
fine.
show.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you can appreciate that was like one of the most incredible things ever in a campaign. Anyway, I say time stop. I imagine nothing happens.
Unless time machines. Time machine
No, without
will
using
stop
beer.
time.
Like just literally Arlington shouting time stop and not like casting magic, just flexing and like that's as far as he knows how magic works.
Give me a d20 roll, and as you do, you realize that there is sort of this sustained illusion of a wall holding together. Whether the wall is holding together, you no longer know. The illusion of the wall is holding together.
Okay, I
is
got a
there.
15.
Beer magic is definitely
15.
backfired there.
All right. I've
Time slows,
Ooh.
but it does not stop.
cool. Well, that'll give me more. That's pretty helpful. I've decided the option is
Wait.
both things.
Wait, hang on. Just one thing.
What?
So this is a representation of. This is obviously a plane. Like
The astral.
Are there any
Kind of
snakes
breaking
that I
it.
have to get off of
I'm.
the player?
I'm just saying, as the possible god of space,
Oh,
are you gonna cast mending on the wall?
Ooh, shit, nice.
sure.
Like, maybe that will work.
Yeah. What's Mending's dimensions?
It depends because it's set as a
Yeah,
cantrip.
I think it just
so
I think
don't
it
know if
just
can
joins
cast
two
it.
objects together. I don't think there's a I think you can just keep I think it's like welding. You can just keep doing it, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but over 6
Yeah.
seconds and 6 seconds and 6 seconds.
Let me see.
Over your domain.
Where
of
is
time.
mending? Where was mending again? Oh, actually, I just had it open. The spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as a broken chain link, two halves of a broken key, a torn cloak, or a leaking wineskin. As long as the break or tear is no larger than 1 foot in any dimensions, you mend it, leaving no trace of the former. The spell can physically repair a magical item or construct, but the spell can't restore magic to such an object.
Give me a d20 roll. It's obviously a lot bigger, this crack.
It might not be a lot deeper.
But
Stop.
I'm going to use my last DM's inspiration to get my...
okay.
I'll roll... Oh, hang on.
I disintegrate Paul.
You
Tell you
son
what,
of a bitch.
this pop art was very delicious. Also 8%, which informs my decision.
I got 13 and 18.
13 and 18. It begins to mend. Not that you can see it. There's a sustained illusion of a cracked plate. I love it. But it is not mended. It continues to you help form it back together, and it continues that you still feel that rush of air, like a plane where there's a crack in the window. That's a good analogy. That's something we can all
We've
get,
all been
right?
in
We've
that
all been in planes with a crack in the window.
horrifying, like, soul-destroying situation.
We've all had nightmares.
Yeah. I take the slide. I slide out. Okay, so
Double cross.
my
huh?
plan,
But you're wearing
provided
stilettos.
there's more time, is to do both.
Yes.
I'm no longer going to banish myself. I'm going to banish the 3 other people. And
Okay.
then, when I'm on my own, I'm going to let loose and really fuck up this cube that I'm inside of, and probably myself. I'm going to destroy it. I'm going to lean into the destruction. I reckon the problem is the only reason I'm not letting loose and destroying everything, now that I found out that I am destruction, is because there's other people here I could hurt. So I'm going to banish them to safety, and then I'm going to try to
Does anyone resist?
Yeah, you're welcome to.
The banishment? I
Yes,
resist.
yeah.
I definitely do. I don't want to be. Yeah.
Okay. Roll a what's this? Wisdom, charisma,
Oh,
charisma saving.
It doesn't
Charisma
matter.
saving throw
I'm-
of 17.
I
You have to
think
go higher than 17.
I'm awful at both. Charisma's worse though. That's a -1. I definitely think that this banishment is unnatural, and as a Man in a Clear fanboy, I would resist. But it doesn't. I rolled it.
It's too late. I'm already used to bouncing.
Yeah, I know that's fair. You know every inch of me, Huck Linzar. I rolled a 2. I rolled a 2,
Hot.
but I have a -1 to charisma, so that's a dirty 1. My first of the campaign.
So
That is very nice. I wonder if there's anything I can. I have a couple of nice beers here. The other one from Wicklow Wolf, which I have, is, and I never know how I'm going to do it, is with or without you. I can't do the.
Yeah, that white can's gonna be no good.
But with or without you is.
I
definitely
would
a
say
beer
that
anyone can use.
can help with like wisdom shit. Like it's your wit.
Yeah, that can help. with the
With
wisdom.
or without you. Yeah. So we'll save it for. a
Oh,
wisdom
actually,
thing.
shit! I have inspiration, don't I? We all do? Yeah. Okay, I'm definitely gonna
Yep.
use it for that.
Yeah, everyone,
know.
Reindeer unlocked it
Yeah.
for everyone. It's the thing. I think when I
Yeah,
give DM inspiration, it should go to the
I'll use
party.
I'll
I heard
use it on
a
I'll use it on
Venture
that
Academy. It's great.
shameful 2 then.
Nice, Reindeer. Well, Wes is rolling. What's your feeling?
yeah,
here?
I don't see this. The thing is, I don't think we're meant to be breaking this wall. As we may have indicated, I think only the gods could get us out. So I don't know.
Ain't no gods here.
I know, but
As you look through the wall, you see that there's like 2 of the figures like had arms, and they just seem to be at like odd, weird, like perpendicular angles to each other. Just for a split second, and then one of the figures put their arms down.
okay, I'm gonna resist.
Okay, roll a charisma saving throw.
I think what you're doing is suddenly one of the faces disappeared.
Yeah, one of the faces isn't there anymore.
You could try
Who's
to.
this?
You could try to stop me. Hit like counterspell or something. You got it. I guess.
No, I don't.
I don't know that you can
It's-
yell something out to stop me, but
Actually, now there's 2. Sorry, to answer your question, Paul, 2 of the faces have gone now.
Oh.
There's now only 3 faces behind this.
Oh,
obsidian
you're
wall.
such a Is one of the hands now up?
Yeah, one of the hands is now up. Yeah.
So the wall is it's between us, the players, and our characters.
Yeah. There's just been people observing you this entire time, not being happy about the situation.
Okay, as a god,
One of them is thrilled.
can I, as a player, reach through the wall?
Oh fuck! If you want to.
Since it's cracking.
he's metaing himself.
Yeah. All of you as characters see this
Ah!
like polyhedral shape
I cast a
move towards
disintegration.
you. Paul, roll a
Chop your finger
saving
off.
throw.
I'm glad that let's not
Sorry,
let's not allude
let's
to any of
resolve,
this while Wes comes back. Let's sort this out, like resolve it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually,
Let's also resolve our banishment situation.
Well,
as
if you're
well.
resisting, I mean that's a good idea.
I guess Rander's resisting. So it's charisma, is it?
Can I mean,
Yes,
within this
charisma.
thing, if I feel like everyone's against the plan, can I stop?
Sure. Yeah. I think you can tell when someone like is resisting.
Yeah,
or
I was
imagining
trying to
it,
help
like,
everyone.
I feel like there's like a split
Yeah, I
second.
mean, if everyone's against the plan, I
I
don't know if
I
he's
think-
resisting it, but if everyone's against the plan, I won't do that.
I think we need a couple more minutes to kind of figure this out.
Okay, well, I'll stop, I guess.
Maybe postpone this
The-
thing.
The moment you stop, Arlington, you also managed to lose kind of concentration on slowing down time. And the wall begins to break. And it pulls itself apart, and you feel this vacuum of wind sucking you into this abyss. I need you all to make either dexterity saving throws. I'll make one for Iggy as well.
You should have accepted the banishment, you fools.
I got 23.
I get advantage on
20.
dex saves that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. Does this qualify?
Yep.
I will take it.
I got a nat 20.
23, but
Yeah, 23.
not 20. Oh, fuck. Yeah,
Nice.
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
going to use my... Is it Tides of Chaos? Whichever one that gives me an advantage.
14
Yes,
for
yeah.
Arlington.
14. Arlington gets sucked into the darkness, as does Iggy.
Okay.
I
Brander,
want to try
you
and
realize
grab
what
Iggy's
was-
hand to try and make sure we don't get separated as we blast through.
What did you say? Is it's Dex?
Understood.
Straight Dex. Saving throw, Dex modifier plus 3. 20. Not natural. As in
20.
17 plus 3.
Huck, you try to grab purchase on absolutely nothing. You try to focus, and although Arlington and Iggy goes all the way through, you
Hit like
start kind of dragging your feet. There's a moment when you could do something, maybe.
Okay. What can I do?
Arlington, make a religion check, by the way.
Unless this brings my axe to me. Plus religion is 7.
As you shoot into the abyss, you hear a as something goes the opposite direction.
No!
And you realize that the scrape marks on the other side of this wall were every time you tried to summon your axe.
I
It was
invoke
dink,
the Axeman and try again. I'm going to
Sure,
use
make me-
I'm going to
give me a religion
selfishly
check.
use Isaac and Chat's beer name of the Axeman. And with my free hand
Yeah.
put my hand out.
we needed a whole other country's range of beers in order to be able to get you.
Exactly, yeah. From all the way
Yeah. We have to
A-
extend into literally the real world to get this. Give me a athletics check with advantage as you try to catch this
Okay.
shape moving past you.
Oh, come on. Okay. That's good. That is 28.
It does go past you. And as an audience, we see it just in nothing stop. And we see this tiny little Arlington and this tiny little glimmer of silver in this big wide shot. And then the silver just moves its way back, and you, for the first time, it feels like home, grip the layer skull
In
axe.
Goose, I exclaim, I am the Axeman!
Honk.
I was so tempted to have a man just
Yeah.
used to the
You were gonna have Hella come in and fucking grab it with one hand and shatter that fucking thing.
Just holding on to a lumberjack.
Yes, yeah.
Iggy,
Oh, you were
did
gonna
you
do
see? She's completely unconscious. Never mind.
I
Okay.
only have a second. So I don't have much time to think. I'm going to cast Enlarge on myself, and I'm going to hope to enlarge myself enough to. One, it multiplies my weight by 8, which might help me stay on the plane that
Okay.
I'm at, and then I'm also hoping to enlarge to such a degree that
Would you have a horrible, painful death?
that I'm wide enough to stop falling through the crack at the moment.
Yeah, because that's how
He's
that's
trying
how
to plug it
vortexes
with your
work,
ass.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huck, look.
Have you seen
Huck.
Space Truckers?
Yeah, Huck. This. I only have a second to think.
Yeah. You enlarge yourself, but the hole is like it's. I mean, I don't know what to do with that. It's still a vacuum of an entirely shattered wall. You're not that big.
So it's still an entirely shattered wall. I thought I was going through like a mostly cracked through wall. I thought some of the room was okay. There's my goop.
Oh, sorry, that was the sustained
Yeah.
illusion. It gave the impression.
Yeah. There was
Yeah.
the goop. Yeah. Okay. Well, look, that didn't work. It was. I couldn't think of anything other than disintegrating everything. So, I can polymorph. No.
Polymorph into an octopus.
You follow on a little bit. Actually,
I'm
you
8
kind
times
of,
the weight, so I
Arlington-
might get dragged less speed if I already had a second.
Well, it's the astral plane. Weight is
Ah.
meaningless. The weight of your brain, by that I mean
Yeah.
your smarts, is an important
Okay. Well, I
thing.
feel
If
I
you
feel
had-
massively more heavy.
was going to say,
In fact,
Huck's
and
ego.
my whole plan was that I think I'm large enough. If my mind matters, then I am large enough. My enlarged.
Okay, sure, yeah, I'll accept your twisted logic. Give me another dexterity saving
Great.
throw.
I was going to say, Huck's ego is big enough to fill this entire
It's
astroplane.
exactly the same realm. I got a 17 plus 3.
Yeah, woof.
Ah,
For narrative and for my own reasons, because I'm DM, you move faster. Randir, the moment you realized what this fourth wall was, is the moment it shattered. And the moment you hold on for a second, but all your party woof, go past you. You could stay here in the astral plane. If you want to.
I'll leave.
Up to you.
Oh, as a player, I want to push Huck faster into the abyss.
Oh, that's why I went faster.
That's
That's why I went
explains
faster.
yeah. Nice.
I don't
And
think
you
Wes is
kind
figured
of-
this out.
No, he's not here.
I'm just quietly watching.
You float gently down into a dark space. Wes, there's been a weird map that I've sent you. Is there any chance you could throw that up on
As in, you sent
the
me
stream?
tonight?
It's the same.
Oh,
it's
yes.
the same
Sorry, I did not see that link at all. Apologies. I will get that going in several seconds. Just
Yeah.
Like this one.
As you all fall down into this inky darkness, you feel a sense of weirdness. I don't know how to explain it aside from that. I might even try use music too. So
I might be
let
able to
me
explain it
line up some
through
music
song.
at the same-
I'll explain it this way. You taste this sound.
I don't know if the music I've been playing has been.
No,
has
it's
been
not.
coming
It's not playing.
through. Not yet. No. There's a really nice thing called Elf Song, but where the it's not channel. Anyway, and I won't just click. Oh, there we go. You all fall down into this weird space. You feel detached, and there are these, just like the wall you crashed through. There are these sort of black obsidian pillars all around you. Randa, you're by yourself. There's a wall to your left-hand side. Arlington, you grabbed Iggy. So the two of you seem sandwiched in. And between these rollers, there's tiny little cracks. Huck, you seem to be standing in a space where it's quite open. It's a little bit freeing. There's four pillars to your right. Like these just black obsidian. It's as if just inky blackness has taken shape and built up a structure around you. Straight ahead of all you, there's nothing but darkness. But you can see that you're in a place where there is some structure. I don't know if what everyone can see is up on screen yet. I don't think it is.
Are live with it
But
now. But the players can't see it unless you stick it
Yeah,
in.
interestingly.
yes, the players will have a little
we have to
15-second
wait
delay.
for a while.
Can we use
Rander-
anything within our grasp to possibly help us out here?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Anything within your grasp is always you know me. I don't even have the core rule books in physical form anymore. They're literally probably right beside Keelan in the room he's in.
Yeah, they are actually. Yeah, I have them. They're just there. You can have them if you'd like. Uh-oh.
The rule book has been thrown out the window
Is
for
this-
many streams now. Rander,
Oh,
actually, Arlington, as your axe, as your shield is now still glowing, you see something in the wall say NPC.
NPC.
Actually, for you it says CPN.
yeah. Backwards.
Right in front of you. There. Let me see if I can give this a little boop.
Okay.
Rander, you were going to use something in the
no,
Second.
it's fine. I was going to use something in possibly my room.
Oh yes, yeah. I get you.
I'm going to. Can I look up at what the pillar above me says, or is?
Yes, you look up, and you see the words "hoping" on the wall beside you.
This is ridiculous, Ben. This is ridiculous.
Huck, you look around and you see the words "sidebar" as a bullet point.
Oh.
And as the players and characters come to the realization that they have landed into
Yeah,
my DM
that took me a
notes,
while.
Yeah.
we will end tonight's
It's
episode
chaos!
and pick it
Chaos!
up next week. And not next
Yes.
week, but
A fortnight.
in 2 weeks' time, we'll be back on May 24th. That's the next time we have a stream. Obviously, until then. Sorry, no, before we start the show, if you've enjoyed tonight, do subscribe to our channel. If you're listening on the podcast, please leave a review. All of those sort of things. Hit the notifications, the bells, as we pick up where the players have landed into episode. I've yet to decide whether the notes will change. But I think let's put you into tonight's episode's notes. That's where you've landed. Episode 64, Tale of
Wait,
Consequence,
hold
Chapter 4.
on. Let's just take a fucking moment. Can we potentially break free from this current paragraph and get into notes ahead of time and get some foresight?
Or
You're in my notebook.
Or breakthrough. I mean, we presumably
We're going to have to fight our way through some of
Active
Ben's
Beaker.
poetry. I understand that, and that's
pretty-
fine. But it'll be worth it.
You can rewrite puzzles from earlier episodes for all I care.
All right, we have an adventure across Ben's notes. Yeah, we should definitely rewrite time.
Wait, no, I'm
And-
defensive of that now,
or
apparently.
whatever happens.
Um,
Yeah, not rewrite time. Destroy all of the
words.
Hey, wouldn't
It's-
it be
yeah,
great if
it's
there
like
were
that-
no words?
no, we shouldn't.
It's that, I don't know if everyone listened to that, the fucking, what was it, Adventures on Graduation, where they almost destroyed capitalism and then changed their mind at the last second. We could just decide to destroy language.
Uh-oh. Isaac is advising us not to be talking in front of Ben.
It's a fair point.
Possibly a
but
good plan.
we can gauge by his reactions as to how good these ideas are.
I just want to point out, Wes, while you went to the bathroom, I, as a player, reached into the world.
Cool. What a normal sentence for a
I
human being to
disintegrated
say
his
with their
finger.
mouth.
Yeah, as in.
Yeah. When you were in the bathroom, Paul realized that we were staring at the fourth wall.
I sent a message into everyone a week, 2 weeks ago, 2 episodes ago, where I was just like, I might accidentally jump a shark. I'm yet to decide if it is a thing that I'm jumping.
I thought you were referring to your crap puzzle.
What you meant?
He was like, I'm jumping the shark, and I was like, is the crap puzzle the jumping the shark?
That's so good.
Anyway,
thought-
we'll pick up next week as the players find themselves within my notes. And we will decide what that means together as a collective storytelling group. Until then, do be kind to yourselves, be sound, look after everyone. Good night, and joy be with you all.
I